hey, sometimes people tell me that they have spirits that visit them or they feel a spirit in their house or whatever. And most of the time, fine and dandy. I think there's spirits everywhere, and I think there are guides and whatnot that are here to help us, etc. And, mostly, I've even had, as you know, many experiences myself where I've had contact. But I also need to warn people that you need to be careful because there are such things as pretender spirits. And they don't, again, as I've said 100 times, walk up and announce themselves and say, I'm here to be a pretender spirit and be very annoying and scary and stuff. What they do is they pretend to be harmless and playful, and that it's okay to communicate, and it's okay to invite us in, and they might pretend to be a loved one, but even though they're pretending to be a loved one, they might give you a kind of funny feeling, or they might kind of give you a scared feeling. I had one woman say sometime, I know this isn't my mother because my mother would not scare me. So she was wise to not pay attention to the spirit that she felt around her that was kind of making her think that it might be her mother. One time I went to a house and it was a child spirit there. Like I could hear her bouncing ball, or they could blah blah blah, etc. But the more I thought about it, I thought, no, it's a pretender spirit. This is not a child. It's a non-human spirit or a wayward entity or something that is, again, creating a harmless image so that it can stay. Now, sometimes pretender spirits are not even dangerous. They're just hanging out, and leave them alone. They'll leave you alone. They want to pretend to be whatever they want to be, whatever. But they got their world, you got yours, and let it stay that way. But you have to be careful because sometimes people want to invite these things in because it seems like a good idea. They want to interact with them. And you do that, and you can start getting obsessed with them. It's like you want to, whip out the Ouija board, which can be harmless, or it can also be dangerous depending on your intention and how it's used. You could be opening doors you don't need to open. But anyway, you might want to meditate. You want to do the seance. You want to do the EVP, etc. And you get literally obsessed. Okay, and then the next thing, you start getting influenced, and you find yourself doing things that are not what you normally do. And the reason you're doing that is because it's not even you; it's the influence of this spirit. And then, if things go on further, you could end up being possessed. Because a lot of these spirits are looking for a home, and your body would provide them with a nice home. And that's how they do it. They start out by getting you to be obsessed so that you're constantly trying to contact this particular specific spirit. Then they influence you, and then they possess you. And the last stage is death, because your body cannot maintain house to spirits. Can't do it. Can do it for a while, and there could be a battle going on. And it's not like Hollywood necessarily either, where you got the cursing and the carrying on and all this stuff, But it could be that you're sick, terribly sick. It could be that you're mentally ill, physically ill, mentally ill, obviously spiritually ill. But also, these kind of things, when they take over, they tend to behave a lot of times because they don't want to get kicked out. But still, it's, the point of this is so that they get what you got, which is your dwelling place. So be careful. I felt like I was supposed to talk about this today. It sounds a little bit superstitious maybe, and a little bit off what I normally talk about, etc. But I feel it's where I'm supposed to go. And I don't want to deter any paranormal enthusiasts or, anything like that, because I understand that it's a very interesting subject, and I enjoy that subject just as much as the next person. But you got to use your common sense about it, okay? And you got to listen to your gut, and you got to listen to that vibe that says this isn't good. And if you've got something going on in your house and blah, 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 this and that, like I said, best thing to do is just leave it alone, because sometimes even saying go away and all this kind of stuff can be considered an invitation to play. And like I said, a lot of it's really just harmless and mischievous, and a lot of it's insidious, and that's what you got to avoid. And I'm all for saging your house on a regular basis and inviting angels to be in every corner and to clean your house and to cleanse your house with light. I'm all for that as a regular thing. But some things are there long before you came along, and they're going to be there long after you're gone. And like I said, leave them alone, leave them alone, leave them alone, leave them alone. And they usually just go to sleep, and you mind your business and they mind theirs. Okay, bye.